y'all! Welcome to Readings at WoollyShireFarm. Today we're going to read our third Stupids book, The Stupids Take Off, written by Harry Allard and illustrated by James Marshall. And we're staying inside today. We got a little rain here today, so we're having a little evening hay together. I mean, Britches and Donuts can get on it too if they want to. But I got a couple buddies. I don't even know who this is. They're all the way. They're fully committed. I don't know if you're going to come up for air. Well, it's Puddin' Pop. You coming up for air, Puddin' Pop? She's camera shy today. What about you, Cupcakes? The Stupids were heavy sleepers. It took a lot to get them going in the morning. Look, that kitty Xylophone's gonna set off a cannon, and then you got the dog named Kitty. Playing a tuba and ringing some bells. While Stanley Q. Stupid was brushing his teeth, a telegram arrived. "Egads!" cried Stanley. "Uncle Carbuncle is coming." Mrs. Stupid let out a blood-curdling scream from the kitchen. The two stupid kids had never heard of Uncle Carbuncle. And while breakfast was hanging out to dry, Mr. Stupid got out the family album. "Uncle Carbuncle is pretty strong medicine," said Mrs. Stupid. That's probably a lot coming from Mrs. Stupid to say that. "Uncle Carbuncle is to be avoided at all costs," said Mr. Stupid. "Why don't we take our vacation early this year?" "Oh, we get it," said the two stupid kids. Look at them hanging. Xylophones hanging out. Breakfast to dry. I mean, I would eat some dried bacon. Hurry up," cried Mr. Stupid. "He could be here any moment." "I'm polishing my nails," said Mrs. Stupid. "They never looked prettier. Now, let's get a move on." With their superb cat Xylophone at the controls, and without a minute to spare, the Stupids took off in their air stupid jet. Look at old Xylophone at the front, navigating to where they need to go. At 10,000 feet, the Stupids happened to pass Cousin Fifi Stupid. "Can't stop to talk," said Cousin Fifi. "I'm off to Grandfather Stupid's graduation from kindergarten. Au revoir." "Isn't Spanish a beautiful language?" said Mrs. Stupid. I don't think that was Spanish. On the spur of the moment, the Stupids decided to attend little Patty Stupid's 6th birthday party. "Why are there 8 candles on the cake?" said Buster. "Because I didn't have 6, said Patty. "That makes sense," said Buster. "What are you doing?" Little Patty's father, Uncle Artichoke, took the Stupids into the backyard to show off his new diving board. The Stupids were impressed. "We really must get one of these," said Mr. Stupid. "Look at them all on this diving board." The problem with the diving board is there's no pool. It's going to hurt when they dive off that. Over in Spittoon Springs, the Stupids ran into Farmer Joe Stupid, who complained about this year's poor crop of pencils. "They just don't seem to want to grow," said Farmer Joe. "Gosh," said Stanley. And as the Stupids flew away from Spittoon Springs, Aunt Flossie Stupid waved from her front porch. "That Aunt Flossie is a real doll," said Mrs. Stupid. "She looks like a real doll, too. She might be a real doll." "Lunchtime," called out Mrs. Stupid. The Stupids stopped off at their favorite seafood restaurant. "Get your shoes off the tables, kids," said Mrs. Stupid. "You don't want to soil them." "Let's try the catch of the day," said Mr. Stupid. And they're throwing the fish up in the air. Catch of the day. And just to be nice, the Stupids made a quick visit to Cousin Roscoe Stupid, who was recovering from a bad case of the jitters. The Stupids wore their silly masks and made loud noises. "Cousin Roscoe didn't seem happy to see us," said Mr. Stupid. "He's a little bizarre," said Mrs. Stupid. All are rude. And when darkness fell, the Stupids headed for home. "We managed to escape Uncle Carbuncle," said Petunia, "but we saw quite a few other relatives." Well, that's unavoidable, said Buster. The stupids are everywhere. There they are. The stupids are everywhere. Back home, the stupids put on their diving equipment and got ready for bed. Good night, dear, said Mrs. Stupid. We had quite a bit of fun today. Yes, said Mr. Stupid. That always happens sometimes. And he pulled down the shade. There they are. Their diving equipment getting ready for bed. Well, I'd say the hay is a hit, and the story time tonight was a hit too. Ooh, what are y'all doing in here? Everyone's like, I don't want to eat now, as you've messed with the hay bowl. Well, thank you for joining us this evening. I hope you have fun. Bye, y'all.